Reality is beginning to sink in because we now have Saturn retrograde in Pisces and Neptune stationing retrograde on July 2nd. People are not going to be able to get away with lying to you anymore, and you can't run from your own lies at this point. We've reached the end of wishful thinking, at least for the next 5 months or so. So use these next 5 months to help the truth set you free from a delusional prison. During these retrogrades, you're basically going to get less of a dopamine rush from something that you now know is fraudulent. You were previously held captive by this fantasy, feeling like something or someone was going to fulfill you completely and be your saving grace. But now you see all the problems and issues and wonder if you were maybe drowning instead. And then you might ask yourself, well, where am I going to get my bliss now? But Saturn is now saying whatever was giving you that ecstatic feeling may have been hollow, or whatever quick fix you were seeking is too good to be true. Saturn is helping you uncover the lies you tell yourself so that you're not as susceptible to being lied to by others. And this transition will help you reset expectations. And Saturn will be that great teacher that helps you pursue your dreams more responsibly and methodically. Major placements in the middle decan of Gemini, Pisces, Sagittarius, and Virgo are facing the most acute reckoning, but also have the most to gain. What big lie has been holding you back?
If someone did you dirty this year from March 2024 onward, I'm gonna need you to take a seat because Saturn's got you. Especially if you or the person who did you dirty has mutable placements, that's Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, Pisces, particularly between 12 and 19 degrees. The reason for this is Saturn is retracing its steps. Saturn stations retrograde June 29th, and it will revisit what has transpired since March 2024 for a review. What it is that we have been sowing, we will reap, which is all well and good if you've been putting out good energy, if you've been doing your due diligence, if you've been working hard on something. But if you think you got away with something, or if someone did something to you and you feel like they got away with it, Saturn might have missed it the first time, but Saturn's coming back, paying out the necessary karma. So you don't need to get involved. You don't need to stress your little head out with thoughts of how to get back at this person. You just need to protect your peace. Hang back. Saturn's got you. And hopes and prayers to everybody who's been being shady and deceitful since March 2024. Saturn's coming.
I hope you've been good this year, because if not, Saturn's about to fuck your shit up. And for quite a while, too. But the good news, he'll also be fucking the shit up of the people that have wronged you, including your shitty ex. So that's a win. Do not go back to them or else I'ma fuck you up myself. But dear Saturn, the planet of discipline, goals, boundaries, and karma, is about to begin his annual retrograde, which means it's time to get back to basics and also get real. As these next 4.5 months, the retrograde running through November 15th, is all about reflection, reassessment, and refinement, especially for Pisces, Virgo, Gemini, as well as Sagittarius, the mutables, and to a lesser degree, Aquarius and Capricorn, the Saturnians, though will likely all be impacted in one way or another. The downside of Saturn retrograde is we're often met with more hardships and setbacks, as there's often many more hoops to jump through. But the upside is that it forces us to slow down, which often brings a sense of peace and control. And I think we could all use a little bit of that. And with this Saturn retrograde taking place in the spiritual intuitive sign of Pisces, expect a rather harsh reality check, as anything you've been feeling suspicious about is going to come to light in the coming months. It's time to take the rose-colored glasses off, especially since Neptune, the planet of dreams and illusions, is also stationing retrograde in the coming days, on July 2nd to be exact. It's time to stop being such a fucking mess.
Saturn is going to retrograde on the last day of the month, and this will test our goals. As you know, retrograde portrays a slower energy, so this is the best time to slow down and reflect on the things that you want to achieve in life. This Saturn retrograde falls in the sign of Pisces, so this is all about reality check. Like, check if your desires are realistic and achievable in the path that you're in right now. Because if not, this Saturn retrograde will force you to move to a better and right direction in life. We will see people quit jobs, change career, while Saturn is in retrograde. Everyone is also going to face the consequences of their action because Saturn is the planet of karma. This time could be rewarding or very challenging. You have to be disciplined and patient with the results of your labor. Anyway, if you want direct and personal message, my readings are open for the month of July. If you're dreaming about past people in your life, even though you're not thinking about them, that's the effect of Saturn retrograde. Saturn, the planet of boundaries and karma, is now in the sign of Pisces, which rules illusion. So karmic relationships or people will show up in your dreams. It is the universe way of checking your reaction feelings towards the situation. It will serve as lessons. Saturn will force you to cut those repetitive cycles. And when I say cycle, that's not just about other people. That's also within yourself. The results of your action and labor will show up. I'll remind you that this Saturn retrograde is about 5 months. So be attentive and patient with the results and lessons.
Look